So I am delighted to have with me our very own poet and stand-up comedian, Chris Arning, who's also the
PR manager.
PR manager for
District 91.
District 91. Wow. So Chris,
Hello.
we've just had
Yeah.
such...
It's an incredible meeting. Sorry. Let me just grab the mic off, you know. No, on a serious note, I'm actually flabbergasted. It's an incredible meeting. I mean, if I think about a set of 3 speeches since I've been at Berkeley Square Speakers for 5 years, can't remember seeing a better set of 3 speeches than we've had today. All of them incredible in their own way. We had an icebreaker from Bhavna, which was just incredibly fluent, full of humour. Charming, really perceptive on intercultural differences between the UK and India, where she's originally from. It just bowled me over, really. And then we had the speech I had the task of evaluating from Nick Moore, who's our VPM here, who's a real brainiac. It was incredibly erudite, intelligent, packed full of information about an ode to life and about started off with the Big Bang and the beginning of the universe, and had a lot of his scientific knowledge in there, but it was all about how unlikely it is that we're here. And then we ended with Jasmine, who was talking about self-development, her background, and all 3 were just incredible. I think you've always talked about this. For me, a measure of a meeting is how you feel when you leave, and I feel super energized, encouraged. Slightly, I was saying to Emmett, we need to, us experienced speakers need to up our game, because that's the standard, and 3 of the newest members have set it today. So incredible.
Absolutely, because we became members, I was in 2017, I think you were 2016,
I was
were
17
you?
as well.
You were to 17 as well, but you joined before me.
Before you,
And I think one of the real striking things when you've been in a club for a period of time is to see the growth of individuals, and the fact that Bhavna, Nick and Jasmine have just joined the club and are at that level already. I think it's testament to members that have been in the club for a long time and to the members that are here now, building an environment in which that talent can flourish.
Well, it's funny because I went to a meeting on Monday, which was a joint meeting of a Düsseldorf club from Germany, 107 members. It's the biggest club in London. Imagine being a VPE having to schedule 107 members. I'll leave that with you. But they came over to Reading, which is a twin town. This is a relationship post-war, which I won't go into now. But there was a speech by one of the presidents about club culture, and I think this relating this to like football as well. It's not like, I don't know if it was Jurgen Klopp that said this, but it's like, you're looking a positive, a winning club culture. People pick up these tacit signals when they walk into the club for the first time. They see how people conduct themselves. They see how much people put into the roles, and then they adjust themselves accordingly. And I do think at this club we have a very strong culture. So I do think we have we saw 3 great speakers, but I think those are speakers that have been observing other speakers, like yourself as president, who gets up and always has a theme and is positive, enthusiastic and inspiring when you get up and deliver your introduction. So I think it is having that culture around you that I guess directs you into, and hopefully raises your standard and awareness of what standards we expect at the club. So I do think club culture is really important.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You have this position in the district.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about
that? Well, my job is to communicate the power of Toastmasters inside and outside the district. The district is basically the southeast of England. It's about 168 clubs, about 3,800 members and counting. And my job is to disseminate the best of club culture, like Berkeley Square Speakers. Are you listening, guys? That we're here, showing you the best of Toastmasters culture and propagating that around the districts. I think that there's a job to be done sometimes in getting people energised about Toastmasters as an organisation. I think most people, certainly club officers and people that go beyond that, by definition, because they're volunteering, they're in love with their club. But sometimes people don't have the same connection to Toastmasters as an organisation. So I think showing people outside your club and this club what we're doing and vice versa help all Toastmasters. But also, of course, is about trying to raise awareness of Toastmasters outside the organisation, because the reality is most people haven't heard of Toastmasters. And if they've heard of it, they sometimes have misconceptions about it, even some negative connotations around it. So my job is to try and push the envelope with that, doing these LinkedIn Lives, of which Chris is taking part. Friday the 16th of September.
Absolutely, yeah.
My man Chris Binns. Me, yeah. 1 p.m, be there or be something else.
And I imagine the fact that you have been president of this club means that taking on this role is a piece of cake.
I wouldn't say it's a piece of cake, but I would honestly say that, for example, I was doing a thing at the District Executive Committee this weekend, a little slot on membership onboarding, which isn't my role per se. It's a club growth officer whose responsibility for that. However, I do think that the onboarding process that previous VPMs like the great Luke Pearce, who's no longer a member here, but a great VPM, put together an onboarding process for how you onboard members, how you make them feel welcome, how you tell them what we expect from people at the club. That's sort of the rigour, the thought, to be considerate to people, but to tell them what we expect, to make sure they don't feel they're being kept waiting, and make sure they understand there's no favouritism involved, to show that it's egalitarian and meritocratic. It's all about their commitment and what they're going to bring to the club. The thought that went into that document was incredible. Reviewing it was written 3 years ago, but that made me realise I'm at a club with an excellent club culture. I mean, there are clubs out there struggling for members, people doing multiple roles on the committee, clubs that maybe don't have the sort of standards we have here. So it did make me realise that I was lucky enough to find a great club, and that club culture has made me realise that standards of excellence, which integrity, excellence, service, and something else, I can't remember what the last one is, are part of what we are at Toastmasters, and I think that was modelled for me at this club.
Yeah, and I think that onboarding process that you did create with Luke, we're actually using it now in the current committee and enhancing it and working with it. So thank you very much for that. So everyone, that is our chat with not yet. That's our chat with Chris Arning, a DTM in waiting. He's on the journey. But Chris, thank you very much for your time this morning. And to you.
Can I just say what a great job you're doing as president, really.
Oh, thank you very much.
Not an easy job sometimes, and particularly the dog days of summer when a lot of people are on holiday. So things are picking up, and great job.
Absolutely, things are picking up. And as I've always said, it'd be great to see you down here. If you haven't been here for a while, come on down. We're going to be chasing you up. We're going to be texting you and calling you just to remind you of what your promise was when you first joined the club, to be a great speaker. So, ladies and gents, thanks for watching. It's goodbye from me.
And Friday the 16th, 1 p.m, me and this guy, the two Chris's, Chris A, Chris B, just saying, all right? Nothing to do with our grades at school or university.
LinkedIn Live.
All right, LinkedIn Live, competing improves you, be there. I'm going to go off and smash another evaluation. See you, mate.
Believe it, the link will be below. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.